Greetings. This is Serving Camps. I'm Steve.
And I'm Angie. And this is the blessing that we have been given to live in while we serve at camps.
Okay, hi. Presently, right now, we are in Camp Grace, which is near Fairmont, North Carolina. And we are here only for a short period of time, a little bit longer than a week, but not much, primarily because on our way up from Lake Wales, where we're at Lake Aurora Camp, we needed to have a few things done to the RV as far as the Freightliner servicing done to it, which is in Gaffney, South Carolina. And on our way north to visit a few different stops on the way to Machindo, we stopped here and had a few things done. We know about Camp Grace because in 2019, on our way south, we were planning on having some of the first servicing done to the Freightliner chassis at that time, and had been told by some friends that there was a camp in this area that we should make contact with. And so in 2019, in the fall, we stopped, and late summer, fall, and spent 6 weeks here. And at that time, Angie was still working full-time with the company that she was working for in Austin, Texas. And so primarily it was me that was out and about doing the projects that they had. In the 6 weeks, some of the projects that they had was cleaning out the shop over the summer. The many different projects that they were doing with the different groups that were going through the shop had kind of needed some cleanup to it, reorganization sort of thing, but mainly cleaning the floor, putting things away, sort of thing. So that was one of the things that I had been given to do. A couple other of the projects was to go ahead and using at the time the little riding lawnmower that you can see a picture of, cutting the grass. It took a little bit longer than a normal zero turn to do, but that's really all I had was time. Some of the cabins needed to have wire shelves put up so that when the kids came in, they could put things on the shelves rather than having them laying on the floor. There's some pictures of the wire shelves that I put up. And the office ramp, much like Machindo, or not Machindo, but much like Lake Aurora, they needed accessibility, handicap accessibility, and the ramp that led up to the office, some of the old decking material going up to it was wearing out. And so I went ahead and I replaced the decking that was on there. That was some of the projects that we did 2019. Well, we're here for only a week, but I think during that week with both Angie and I, we did quite a bit. And so Angie's going to talk about the things that we did while we're here.
So when we contacted the executive director about coming here and asking if they need help, he said absolutely. And he had a couple of things in mind for us to do. The first was to do some trim painting in a new kitchen storage room that houses their walk-in freezer and walk-in cooler. And so we painted the trim, and then in this actual room they wanted the floor cleaned and epoxied. So that was our first project, which took us a couple of days to do. And then after that, he said, if you can start working on some of the cabins and doing as much painting as you can to get the dark trim up. He had also tasked us with doing the cream-colored boards that are on the peak of the cabins, but we said that was a little too high for us. I'm not comfortable with being up on a ladder more than 3 steps up, and I definitely don't want Steve way up there on the peak of a building and taking a chance of falling off. So, you know, one thing about being a volunteer is you can absolutely say, you know, what you can do and what you can't do, and you know, they are usually pretty good with anything that you can do. So we worked on the brown trim. We got one cabin completely done. As you'll see here, there's pictures of us doing the ceiling and the posts, and also the trim around the building. And then the other 2 cabins are partially done. And so another group is coming in this next week, and they will probably be taking part of that. The nice thing about Camp Grace is it's a very nice small camp. It houses groups that are probably less than 100, and as you'll see from the pictures and videos, you know, they really keep things up, and they have a nice RV park for about 7 or 8 vehicles that you know, just, and it's quiet. It's not near the freeway, so it's really quiet. There's no trains, and so we enjoy being here when we get the opportunity. Like Steve said, we found out about this camp from friends, but it is also on the CCCA website. This was before we learned about the CCCA website the first time that we came, that you know, it was by word of mouth. When we started out in 2016 serving camps, most of the camps that we started with were camps that we either had a relationship with and knew about, or somebody recommended. So that's a little bit more on our history and where we've been. But during our transition time, sometimes we just like to serve other camps. So we will see you next time. The next video, we'll give a little teaser here, will be on residency and all the different things that you have to consider when thinking about where you're going to claim your residency, because as a full-timer, you can claim your residency in any of the 50 states. Thanks. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel so you get notified, and we'll see you next time.
Also, if you're in the South Carolina, North Carolina area, and you're looking for a camp to send your kids to during the summer, Camp Grace. There you go, a plug.